course, Mr. Gavrilovs. Good morning, dear ladies and gentlemen. Honorable Mr. Dombrovskis, or Mr. Euro, Mr. Social Dialogue, is probably what I should call you. And last year, the annual prize of the Latvian Employers Confederation went to Mr. Dombrovskis as well. He was the agricultural ambassador of the Latvian Employers Confederation, so congratulations on that prize. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues. On behalf of the Latvian Employers Confederation, would like to warmly welcome you to this momentous conference, which is held here in Riga, and in Latvian residents are celebrating the 20th anniversary of Euro in 2019, and we are celebrating the 20th anniversary of Euro becoming the main currency for the EU. But we are also happy that together with you we can celebrate the 5th anniversary of Euro in Latvia. So congratulations, everyone. We as social partners find it very important to have this conference as a dialogue with civic society and a discussion on the engagement of the civic society in shaping the future of Europe, where we live, work, and invest. We already have a shared experience which shows that through coordination we can achieve a lot. We can adopt strategic midterm documents and plans that are best suited to maximizing the returns of the investments of all the stakeholders. And we also have a very successful dialogue within the Tripartite Council and SP10 Sub-Council with social partners, and it is an efficient format. Although we have different interests, all the stakeholders, we are nevertheless able to coordinate our common opinions, and the government can learn a great deal from the way we work, and we are able to work for the prosperity, sustainability of Latvia and well-being of all the Latvians. And I believe that our Euro integration, which has been a long-term process, which began a while ago by adopting a very important decision in 1993 when we decided to become a part of the EU, and we wanted to rejoin the European Union family, and through hard work and dedication and commitment we were able to join the EU in 2004. And our next objective was then to become a part of the Euro area in order to become the core country of the European Union and create synergies with other EU member states and thus shape the future of Europe and the EU. And the Euro integration was mostly based on the economic and monetary interest, and we therefore have to do our best to create the economic and monetary union and strengthen the confidence in Euro, thus make the business environment more predictable and stable and sustainable. And this is exactly what we discussed during our strategic meeting with the Prime Minister Valdis Dombrovskis in 2010, when he was serving as the Prime Minister in 2010. And when we met with Mr. Dombrovskis, we talked about the most urgent reforms that the business community is expecting. And of course, that was a post-crisis period when a lot of, business challenges also had to be addressed by the government. And although, it was a very complicated situation, we decided on a precise date when the Euro will be introduced, and on 7th of January 2010 the National Tripartite Council took the decision to introduce Euro as of 1st of January 2014, and I would like to thank everyone for their commitment, dedication, and for their input, which is now allowing us to celebrate the 5th anniversary of Euro in Latvia today. Through the euro integration and integration in euro area, we have achieved our economic objectives, our economic breakthrough, and we have raised the living standards of all the Latvians. Last year, we celebrated the 100th anniversary, our centenary of our country, and our economic growth has been strong. On our 100th anniversary, currently we're going through a growth cycle, and the prosperity which we have never had before in our history. By becoming a member of the euro area, we have managed to mitigate internal political shocks, and we have become much more stable participant of the international financial markets, because if you have a small currency, then you're exposed to quite a big impact of all the turbulences, and we have become an EU member state, euro area member state, part of the countries that are shaping the European monetary policy, and our accession to the euro area means that we are a core country of the European Union. I would like to urge the government and the politicians in their daily work, in their daily activities, not to forget that we belong to the core of the Europe, like Germany, Austria, Luxembourg, Estonia, and so on and so forth, without, drawing the lines and creating clubs. The introduction of euro simplified, exporting activities by creating a favorable conditions for us exploring the external markets, and it became very important for our exporting companies. And, the introduction of euro for all the 27 member states meant that the social partners, governments, and NGOs had to work together towards the strengthening of the international role of euro. And you cannot demand that, only from the governments. Other countries have to also contribute, and we have to convince the remaining 9 countries to also join euro. And not only governments have to do their bit in convincing those countries, but also social partners and the business communities. And euro will be as strong as every country individually. And on behalf of the Latvian Employers Confederation, I can reassure all my partners anywhere in the world that we'll continue building our capacity, and we'll continue participating in decision-making through European decision-making through Business Europe, through the Social Affairs Social Committee of the European Union. We hope, as social partners, that the new government, which is now being formed, will be an equal partner to us, will be a constructive partner to us, despite the fact that the populism is on the surge across Europe, not only, in the political circles, but also in the non-governmental sectors. And we now have to take a stock of how strong we are, what guarantees we have here locally, domestically in Latvia, and we have to do our homework in order to strengthen the sort of the euro community, and we have to address a lot of social challenges. The stronger we are, the stronger is the Europe. Let me conclude by underlining that the new challenges at the national, European, and global level require us to think about our economic resilience and make all the necessary measures for the completion of the European Monetary and Banking and Financial Union, in order to be stronger or better prepared for the next economic crisis, which might lead to a social and labor or employment crisis. And we have to promote the employment. We have to provide skilled labor. We have to think about energy prices. We have to think about attracting investment, which is very important in order to make our economies more resilient. And if we are able to properly address those challenges, then, all of these priorities will be properly addressed, and businesses need those priorities to be addressed, because those priorities, when addressed, will help us develop. And therefore, we are offering a strong social partner support to the government, and we are ready to constructively engage in a discussion on any local or European challenge, or on all the domestic and European challenges. We're able to participate irrespective of the scale or the complexity of those challenges. That is the only way for us to strengthen the social model of the European Union and make it sustainable in the long run, and ensure that there is a social cohesion across Latvia and Europe. And social partners expect from the European and national governments strong, efficient communication and social dialogue. The future of Europe is in our hands, and looking forward to fruitful and constructive cooperation in the future. Thank you.